swag of a prize fighter. The antithesis of a firefighter. Arsonist, I'm a fire rider. Instant flame like a firelighter. So special with shows, I live out my flows. Can't walk in my shoes, can't purchase my clothes. Ice in my veins, but I never froze. Picture perfect, but I never pose. As a juvenile, I knew I bounced back. Got rated, had a plan to get my ounce back. Use cheese as bait, that's a mousetrap. Let me to the right person to pounce at. They selling dreams, I'm pulling receipts. Full force, we can't be beat. Got a dirty mouth, but the flow so neat. Keep your 2 cents, talk is cheap.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is the video that surfaced of Kell Brook snorting. And I'm going to let you know that this is sensitive footage. So if you are a younger viewer, you should turn away. And if you are watching this around younger viewers, you should turn them away because this is a disturbing image and it involves the video going around of Kell Brook doing a line. So let's take a look.
Hanging with David Benavidez.
Yeah, hold on. He let them record him?
Well, we can dive into that. You can give your opinion on that in a second. But that was Kell Brook. Kell Brook has since responded to that video because that video set the internet on fire, particularly everyone's favorite place, Twitter. So here's what Kell Brook said on Twitter. He said, "I messed up. I hold my hands up and want to apologize to my family, gym friends, and fans. It's no secret that I struggle with mental health and I'm finding retirement really hard. I'm actively seeking the help I need to get me on the right path. Again, I apologize for the hurt I've caused." That's what Kell Brooks said in his tweet. So yeah, with that, man, I'm gonna turn it over to you, Trill Dollar Bill, man. What's your reaction to that, man?
Leave the man alone.
You just reminded me of something, Trill. I'm sorry, because when you said that, I saw something. Hold on, wait, was it this right here? Oh no, hold on, it's the other one. Hold on, Trill. I got to post it. When you said it, it just reminded me of something. I said, oh man, yeah, I want to show that. Yeah, here we go. All right. Here it is right here. Woodface. He said, "Nothing wrong with a little nose candy on vacation, Cal." Like, this is what I mean. Twitter, everybody's favorite place.
Listen, I'm gonna do a personal message, and I really hope the bros will allow me to put it on here for this point too. When we get to the Kell Brook thing, this is a serious issue. Pardon me.
Oh, go ahead. I thought you were saying something.
No. I was saying that I want to do something that I wrote, right, and I want to because I'm seeing this a lot with fighters and the people in our community. You know what I'm saying? That have issues with mental health and drug abuse and everything. I appreciate all the love and everybody that congratulate me on being alcohol free and everything. I had a beautiful support system and I have a great team. Everybody says, "Trill, you look physically great," but I couldn't do it with these guys that you see here on the screen who pushed me and who's there for me, who sacrificed their time to get me here. And certain people don't have that. I was just talking about that with my brother the other day. So many good things have happened in my life, right? And it's going so great. Because I had a great support system. Kell Brook obviously doesn't have a great support system. Because the coward, the sucker, I'm so mad right now. Why would you record that?
That's what I'm saying.
You're a slime ball. You want to record this man at a low moment, even if he wasn't a low, even if he's retired and he was celebrating himself or whatever he was doing. You shouldn't have been recorded. If you're supposed to be his friend, that's not what friends do. My friends seen that I was down. What did they do? They relocated, came far from where they live to get me back. Right? That's what your friends do. Friends don't record you when you doing bad stuff and put it out. got the wrong people around you. That was disgusting. Not what Kell Brook was doing. That we was actually watching this. That somebody actually filmed this. Kell Brook, I'm so sorry that you got people like this around you. Because this is embarrassing. Now you got to apologize to your family, your friends, and all that. And like you said, you done struggle with mental illness. What do? We self-medicate with drugs and alcohol. I'm guilty. Am I less of a man? No. I'm so mad right now because you don't do that. And I hope Kell Brook gets the help and he seeks help for his mental health. And he really finds people that really love him and care about his well-being. And not trying to use him and exploit him and stuff like that. Because that was a bad look. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Boxing Bros community. I'm sorry that I just did this, man. Because that just pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? I have no jokes. When I just sit and really think about it, you gonna do this to him? But I apologize. I wasn't supposed to do this. I'm surprised. I'm sorry that it gets so dark and deep. I apologize.
You said you wrote something. You got it? Are you spilling it? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, no. I got something that I want to say to the world. You know what I'm saying? On a later date, when talking about my journey and about getting help and seeking help.
Because okay. I wasn't sure if you're saying you're gonna say you have something written right now. I was gonna say, all right. For a later date.
For a later date. And I think it's timing is perfect because this is all we're hearing from all these fighters. They don't understand that the world and the pressure, everything, and everybody, even us. Like people get on here and they talk, they say things, they don't realize that even us, even we go through things too. Gee, wonderful. G's is an amazing man. This man goes through stuff, and he's here. He shows up because he loves the community and he's focused. You know what I'm saying? My brother Kate, you don't think he goes through stuff? My brother has been through so much to get to where he's at. This stuff is real. These brothers been depressed too. Mental health is a real thing. People kill themselves. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. But I love you guys, man, and I love the Boxing Bros community. I just don't like seeing this. And we're gonna touch on this.
No, I dig it. Conspiracy G.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I'm on the same wave as Trill on this, to be honest. It was more like he's retired, so to me, hey man, you retire. It's not like you doing your drugs is gonna affect another your opponent. You know, obviously you shouldn't do it because it's unhealthy, but there's people that are, they're functional when they do it, so to me it's like, who am I? You know what I mean? I just hope he gets his help. It's just, I'm like, yo, why would they record that? And why would you post it up on social media? Like, that to me wasn't honorable at all. Like, that's where it's just like, man, these are the type of people you chill around, like it does suck, man, when your friends and family see that, your trainer, your promoter, whoever, like people who had your back, people who were supporting you back then and now, they see that, they're like, damn, because again, people putting money into you, so it's one of those things, man. You're gonna do something that you're gonna regret in public. Make sure you got it locked and key. Like, you can't be doing stuff like that willy-nilly around finicky friends, you know. So it's just unfortunate, man. Like, you know, because I like Kell Brook, you know, so I don't know, man, but it's just, yeah, it's just wild. I just couldn't believe that Kell Brook would actually do that on camera, you know. Like, it's one thing to do it, it's another thing to do it knowing you're a celebrity and doing it, and it's people around recording you. Like, he had to either trusted that person, like really trusted that person, or maybe he wasn't even in the right state of mind to even know that he's being recorded. But either which way, it's not a good look, man. So I just feel bad for Kell Brook right now. Hopefully he can get help, you know, and in regards to, you know, him talking about like mental health and everything, man, listen, like, Trill not lying, man. Like, you know, these dudes know my story. Like, the past couple of weeks been hard for me. So, you know, like, when people go through stuff, it's just crazy. Like if you don't have support, man, it's tough because just like you feel like you're by yourself, you know. And so sometimes just having people around you just keeps you going. Like, you know, because sometimes you feel like you want to give up, but you stay strong for the people around you. That what keeps you going. I don't know if Kell Brook has it. I don't know Kell Brook personally, you know what I mean? You know, so I don't know what support systems he has, you know, but who knows what he's going through. I've heard rumors before about Kell Brook's lifestyle and everything. And you know, that could be difficult for him, you know. So man, my thoughts are just with him, positive energy, positive vibes, prayers, all that good stuff his way, man. Hopefully he gets the help that he needs, you know, and if he's gonna continue doing what he does, man, do it around people he trusts if he can't do it on his own.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Like, for me to actually see it, and to see him and to know all the things you already touched on. So I don't want to rehash that. Like, obviously he trusted the person put it out there. Like, you know, it's blind trust because he does it. He sees that they're doing it. And instead of being like, what the hell are you doing or whatever, he just, you know, swings like, yeah, we having a good time. And then that goes out. But that's also, you gotta look at the people who aren't smiling when you win. Right? Because you got to be careful about that. Like, there are people who will be around you because they need what you can provide. Right? But they really don't want to see you win. And then as soon as you can't give to them anymore, you know, whoever did that was looking for a moment to destroy Kell Brook, and they just found it. Like he said, I'm struggling with retirement. I'm dealing with a lot of things. So, one, you just got to be careful of the people who are around you, man. And this is a prime example of that. The world should never know about this. But like G said, now you got his trainer seeing this. You got his loved ones seeing this. His kids might see this one day. Because somebody wanted clout. It said the Sun put that out. Someone probably showed that video to the Sun, kind of like how they do TMZ. You know, people get videos and stuff. Like they said, Kobe's wife found out he was dead from TMZ reporting it. Because someone who worked knew and was like, TMZ, I got a story for you. Bang, sold the story to TMZ. TMZ gets a whole bunch of things because people sell them things. So you doing whatever you're doing. Someone wants to come up. Someone needs some money, so they just.
Oh, you retired. You retired. So we ain't getting no more money from you fighting.
Are they jealous? Are they upset? You know what I mean? So they want to bring you down. They've been waiting for the opportunity to bring you down, or waiting for the opportunity to see you down. So they know you down because they see what you're doing. So they're like, oh yeah, now let's really put the nail in the coffin for them.
Suckers.
Right? Yeah, so you gotta be wary of that. I mean, drugs have impacted my life before. I shared the story. I shared again. You know, my mom was addicted to drugs. I grew up in foster homes, lived in foster homes, and she battled the addiction. She was able to shake it later on. But the one thing that I can tell you is that I know from experiences, people who are addicted to drugs aren't necessarily bad people. I knew early on that it was kind of like a disability because, like Trill said, people self-medicate typically from traumatic life experiences that they can't cope with, they can't get medication for, right? So people look at drug addicts and they're like automatically just label them as something, right? But people are dealing with certain things, and you can look at someone like Kell Brook, and I know we make fun of Oscar, but Oscar does other things, and we make fun of Oscar's other things, right? But we get Oscar. You look at like these guys and you say, well, what can be wrong with them? They have money. For starters, there's not enough money in the world. Money doesn't make you immune to pain and all the other problems that everyone else has. So one, you can make a lot of money, don't change anything. Okay, so the fact they got money isn't going to make life great. And on the flip side, you don't got money and you thinking that getting money is going to make everything better. Nah, money will change, put you in better surroundings. Money may upgrade the people some of the people you can have around you in your view. Because if the woman you had before you got money wasn't good enough for you then, you think the woman you get is going to be good enough with you when you get some money?
Right.
You understand? Like it may make you feel money and put you in better surroundings, but it's not going to change like life for you. It's not going to make everyone's not going to be like, oh, here he is. Be nice to that man.
He got money.
Like, yeah, it's just not gonna happen. So if you think that makes you immune, it doesn't. But you gotta look at someone like Kell Brook, who's in boxing, a contact sport that subjects you to repeated head trauma. Then you have to look at the type of people he's been in the ring with. He's been in the ring with Triple G, who is one of the hardest punchers in boxing. We know that. He was in the ring with Earl Spence, and Earl Spence is a hard puncher. We know that. I know there's people who want to argue TC, whatever, but what you can't argue with is Earl done beat the hell out of a lot of guys, and we've seen that, what Earl Spence has done to them. But even if you think TC's better, we saw what TC did to Kell Brook. Do you see what I'm saying to you? This man been in there with Triple G, Earl Spence, and TC. And we seen what these guys do to people. They all did it to him. Repeated head trauma, 2 broken orbital bones. You know what type of pain that is? What if that man got CTE? Some people even question if that's real. I don't question if it's real. When I look at the way Antonio Brown's acting right now, when I look at what Adrian Broner had to deal with, when people do irrational things that can't be explained, and you look at their sport, it's repeated head trauma. So you got a guy who's self-medicating, right? And even the root and the source of my mom's drug use was self-medicating. You had Trill explain how he was self-medicating using alcohol. And this is what I'm trying to tell people, like, it doesn't make you a bad person. But in America, you were a bad person back in the day. Remember the war on drugs, until that war started happening in the people who was making the decisions house, and their kids started getting addicted to drugs. And then all of a sudden, drug addiction was no longer a war. It was a disability. It was something we don't need to jail these people. We need to help these people. Right? So anyways, however or whatever it took for them to see that drug addiction is more of a mental illness, it's more of a sickness, it's more of a disability than it is, that sickness will cause people to do crimes. Yeah. When you need your medicine and you can't afford it. And let me ask you a question. If you had a kid and your kid was sick, damn near on the verge of, dying as far as you know, and they needed medicine, and you knew they needed the medicine, and you went into the store and you saw that you couldn't afford that medicine, you just gonna walk out and go look at your baby and say, well, you're gonna have to fight this one because I can't afford the very thing I know is gonna make you feel better? Or would you steal it? Judge me all you want to, I would steal it. if I couldn't afford it.
That's a fact.
Already.
So, like, come on now. This is like reducing things to its simplest form sometimes, is just being human. I know everybody's cool on Twitter. Everybody lives the perfect life on Twitter. Everybody's like that on Twitter. You know? But the one thing that gives me hope for Kell Brook was he owned it. He apologized and admitted that he needs help. And that's important. If that video did one thing, it may have actually saved Kell Brook, because it put people on notice that he needs help and he's not okay. And he admitted that he needs help. And admitting it is hard, yo. Admitting it's the hardest problem. So once you admit it and once you're ready to deal with it, then changes can come. So it forced him. So hopefully that leads to people coming and saying, Kell, because you know what's funny? I never in a million, like, if I don't drink, I never drink, right? So Trill knows, like, if he's around me, I'm not breaking out no alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if I know he's trying not to drink, I'm not gonna support him with drinking alcohol. But you got some people who know, like, you say, yeah, I'm not trying to drink. You show up to their crib and they got bottles on bottles just there.
They're like, come on, one shot.
Yeah, take a swig and start again next week. You know what I'm saying? Like, as if, like, you didn't hear me. I said I'm trying not to drink. You dig what I'm saying?
It was so bad. I used to drink on the show. Yeah, y'all got to understand how bad it was. I used to drink on this show. We used to have a joke like, Trill, what's in your cup?
Today, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what was in your cups.
It used to be a joke. It used to be a joke like, oh, what's in your cup? You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, like, shoot, you know what? That's right. I forgot about those days.
Yeah. I should, and we're talking about what time do we record in the morning? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you're right.
I'm just saying, it'd be like that.
No, you're right. But the thing I'm saying is you gotta be careful, like, who you surround yourself with, because you surround yourself with people who care, they're not gonna let you do bad things. Like I said, even like me, I don't drink, and they know that. So say I was going through something, they wouldn't be like, "Yo, take this drink and it'll ease your mind." They would never do that because they know that I don't drink.
Yeah.
So they're not about to try to use my pain to get me on something that, you know. And that's what's important. And if I would have been like, man, take me to get a Heineken or take me to get some Hennessy, they would have been like, whoa, hold on.
Like, you want to go to the gym? We go to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm like, this dude need to get him a barbell ASAP.
Nah, for real. But that's what you need around you. Because people, there are people, like I said, who their intentions are whatever, and they see you at their lowest point, and they see that as a moment to strike for their own personal gain or their own advantage or their own whatever. You need people surrounding you who understand, who want to see you do better, who are going to try to. And Kell Brook, he had someone around him who not only was okay with him sniffing cocaine, but who was recording it. These brothers will tell you, never once have I ever been the type of person they would, if they wanted to do cocaine, the last person they would invite would be me. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you if they was like, go try to get involved in some crazy stuff, the last person they want to tell is me. They're going to be like, oh, Katie's going to do some. Deion Sanders told a story. I think we may have played it on the show. I'm not sure. I may have played it to you. Not Deion Sanders. Michael Irvin told a story. He said he was in his hotel room sniffing cocaine, and he had two girls waiting for him, and he was about to leave. And Deion said, "Where you going?" And he said, "Oh, I'm about to go out." And Deion said, "You're not leaving this room." And he said, "Oh, no, I got these girls and whatever." He said, "No, you're not going out till you fix this, and I'm not leaving your sight until we get this right." And then Michael Irvin said he laughed it off. And you can look this up. Michael Irvin said he laughed it off like, whatever time. I got these girls. I'm about to go, whatever. And he said Deion was like, okay, then. So I guess we're fighting. And he said Deion was ready to fight him in that room. And he was like, yo, like, he's not afraid of Deion, obviously, but he loves Deion. And the fact that Deion was ready to fight him if he was going to leave that room that night, because that's how worried Dion was for him. He said he stayed with Dion. And Dion always, that's what you call someone who cares about you. And if you know Michael Irvin, playmaker was not, that was going to be a hell of a fight. Dion, now Dion's athletic and fast as hell, though. So I don't know. But the point was, Dion was like, I'm serious, dog. You ain't leaving this room. And if you leave in this room, we fighting. Like, that's the only way you can leave this room. But that's the type of stuff that changes a person. That's the type of stuff. That's the type of people you need to be around. Someone who will fight you to make sure that you better yourself. Not someone who's gonna be like, yeah, sniff that coke player. And if you're around those type of people, it's time for you to reevaluate your life. That's all I gotta say. Our coach was saying this though. Kell Brook, you apologize to everyone, but really you gotta apologize to yourself. You picked yourself up before, you dust yourself off before, you can do it again. And just because the internet and the people are talking, it don't mean nothing, bro. The internet's a place where everybody's perfect, and we know that doesn't exist in real life. Like, I don't want to put people on blast, but I know people, right, who post like they're millionaires and they go on trips all the time, and that's not the case. Okay, they live poorly, and they don't even go on trips. You know what they do? They be taking pictures of places, and they'll save pictures to put up later to create this facade. They spend more money creating the facade than actually living their life, because their internet persona means more than who they actually are in real life. You care about what they think, Kel? Good. You shouldn't. Live your life, brother. Get the help you need. And once you do that, you'll be fine.
Boxing Bros therapy session. Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros. We just human, yo.